Hello, everybody. This is Carla, and this time I'm back with a review for the sixth episode of the first season of Lucifer. This episode is titled Favorite Son, and I have to say, I don't know if it's a Lucifer thing, like if just the show works like that or something, but it's been quite a few episodes that I find really boring or really slow toward the beginning, and then in the last like 10 minutes they become awesome. I don't know if it's just the way things work with this show or something, but it happened again with this one. Um, See, the beginning of it felt really blah. It felt really slow to me. The case didn't really do much of anything. I mean, yeah, some dude was killed. A container was stolen. It turned out that it was Lucifer's, but he wasn't really doing much of anything for the beginning. I mean, he didn't seem extremely like, you know, concerned about it or anything. The case itself was kind of just not very special. I mean, they literally went and asked one person, and that one person led them to the bike gang, and then it turned out somebody in the bike gang, that one guy that we all knew from the beginning was going to be the guy, was the thief. It wasn't really exciting. It wasn't really intellectually challenging as it was. But like I've said 1,000 times already with the show, the draw of the show is Lucifer, and just the mystical aspects of Lucifer. And as soon as he walked in, like we saw him talking to the therapist in that last scene, that was something for me. Like as soon as he realized that whatever was hidden in the container was stolen for real, like somebody else stole it. As soon as the guy jumped from the roof of the building, those were the moments that I got really hooked, because at that point you just know that whatever was in there was actually really important to Lucifer, even though he was trying not to show it. And he didn't exactly tell them who stole it. I mean, he stole it, but somebody gave the order, right? So Lucifer wasn't able to get that out of the guy. Not only that, but the guy died on his own behalf. Lucifer didn't even get to do anything. And the guy obviously saw what was so important to Lucifer and recognized that Lucifer is a freaking devil. And then we learned that the item was stolen. And then when he was talking to the therapist, and he started getting really, really upset and really, really angry. And that's what I watched this show for. I mean, yes, Tom Ellis being cocky, rich guy, being funny and witty and whatever, that's fun, sure, but that gets tired after a while. But this, like, whenever they take one step forward with the whole overall Lucifer plot, like the angel plot, I like that. I like the way they used him in a deal in this episode. Like, ever since he started doing the thing with the therapist, like pretending to be a therapist so he can get information out of her, that I really liked. Even though I didn't necessarily like him for like the first 4 episodes or so, I didn't even care about him in the deal. He was just this surly angel who kept trying to convince Lucifer to come back, but he wasn't really doing anything about it. Now I like it. He's trying to get information out of Lucifer. He's trying to brainwash Lucifer in a way through his therapist. That's interesting. And just, I really liked, you can kind of see the thought behind it, because we know that Adil was the one to tell the therapist about the Bible, quote unquote. He knows things. It's like he was almost like he was there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So he tells her things, and as a Catholic, I'm not very religious at all. I'm not really practicant, but I was raised Catholic, and I went to Catholic school and everything, so I would assume that I know something about the Bible, even if I'm not, like, all into it or whatever. Like, I I kind of had the general idea of it, and I thought I was very interested because he didn't. I mean, I knew about all the other names and about Samael and how he was like God's favorite son, as the title would imply, and then he was cast down into hell. What I thought interesting though is that they didn't mention this idea that is very. I don't really recall if it's in the Bible, like word for word or anything, but in Catholicism at least, the idea that the angel Samael or Lucifer was cast down to hell because he tried to rise against God. He wanted to be God, and I think it's very interesting that wasn't mentioned here at all. You know, it's like Lucifer genuinely feels hurt that his father cast him down to hell. You know, it feels genuine, and I like that because I'm always a fan of alternate interpretations, and you know, it's very interesting to see Lucifer from a different point of view. It's like, what if he wasn't cast down into hell because he did something wrong? What if his father just did that, and now we're all vilifying him basically for no reason at all, you know? So that's, I find that very interesting, and it kind of goes with this idea that because that I had before, that I think I mentioned that in a previous review, this idea that because Samael or Lucifer was the favorite, his father kind of put the biggest responsibility on him. It's like, because he thought he was the best for the job, so he cast him down to hell. And it's interesting because in the show, then Lucifer doesn't like that. He doesn't see that as a sign that his father was proud of him or anything, because now everybody hates him, basically. So, you know, he's being rebellious as a way to tell his father that he didn't want what he was given. So that's very interesting. Interesting to see. I thought it was a very smart way to go about it, especially in the way that the therapist kind of reacted to him. I've never really liked her character much, but I actually like her in this one because she was actually, you know, kind of standing up to Lucifer and not just drooling over him as usual. So I thought that was very interesting, and it was really interesting that at one point he just broke, really. Because he's always so controlled, and I think Tom Ellis did a wonderful job with that scene. I mean, he really seemed like he wanted to blow something up, you know what I mean? It was kind of amazing. And then we saw the wings, with skin and everything, ew. So we see the wings. Obviously, we don't know who stole them, but it's gotta be someone important, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't think it was a Minadil. Or maybe it was a Minadil. I'm not sure. I'm going to guess that it's someone mystical and not just like some random thief somewhere, because who would look at that stuff and be like, oh, they're real angels' wings? Come on. So I would say that it was someone mystical. Maybe, I mean, I guess angels can't steal. I'm not entirely sure, but then again, a Minadil is lying left and right, so who am I to say that angels can't steal too? But I don't know, maybe some kind of demon, maybe, I'm not sure. But I really like the way this storyline is going, especially since Lucifer is mortal now. That's very interesting, to just put those things together. It's like he's looking for his way back to heaven in a way, or he's trying to keep his way back to heaven in his possession, so he can go back whenever he wants. But at the same time, he's becoming mortal. So that's very interesting. Another thing I really did like about this episode was Dan. We got to see more of him. Again, I'm actually starting to believe that I do like him. I guess until I know why he and Chloe broke up for real, I won't be able to actually decide if I love him or not, if I like him or not. But so far, I think it's cool. I mean, I like this whole thing where Mace knocked him out and put him naked in Chloe's bed, and then he had to like negotiate with Trixie. for clothes and stuff, and he had to give her like cake for a year. That was very funny. I mean, I like it. He seems like a good guy. You know, he doesn't seem like a douchebag of an ex-husband or anything. He seems like a nice guy. He seems to want to be there for Trixie, even if it takes him a while. He even seems to really care for Chloe. So I'm just waiting to see what they do with him. But I did like that we got to see a little bit more of him this time around. So that was nice. As for the rest of the episode, I didn't care, but I really do think the ending kind of made up for everything because it was a great way to end, and I really like this twist that we have now, and I can't wait to see who's behind it. I'm so curious as to see who stole the wings, you know? It's crazy. So yeah, another episode that kind of started off real slow, and then at the very end kind of went, whoa, what just happened? You know, so going for me, maybe not in the pacing department, but I definitely really like the way it ended, and I think looking back on it, I will find it to be a positive episode, regardless of the fact that I didn't like it for like the first 30 minutes or so. But yeah, definitely really like that ending, that's for sure. That's about as much as I can say for the episode. So I'll cut my review here now. As usual, be sure to visit our website at thegeekypub.com. We have reviews not just for the previous episodes of Lucifer, but also for other TV shows, books, movies, games. We have a ton of stuff in there, so be sure to check it out. Browse around, you'll find something you like. And also, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that's usually when our reviews go up first. Even before they hit the website, they're usually up on YouTube, most of the time at least. So if you don't want to miss anything we upload, then you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And that's it from me today. I will see you guys in my next review. Bye.